Hey friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead. Today is Friday the 18th of March 2016, and I want to talk to you about some of my favorite books. Holy crap, that's good coffee. Anyway, I'm not just talking about novels, although you folks all know my preference for the Little House on the Prairie books. And oh, by the way, those books are considered fiction because they are not necessarily historically accurate to Laura's life. So they're mostly autobiographical, except that there are certain timelines that she has switched to make them more user-friendly to younger people. So although they are based on her life, some of the stuff in there is not necessarily totally accurate as far as dates and stuff and places and times. So I just thought I'd pop that in there. But we're not talking about novels right now. We're talking about information books. Now, I was raised in a household where my parents, single income, blue collar worker, 5 kids, row housing, downtown Toronto. But my parents prized information. As I was growing up, we always had the Encyclopedia Britannica. We had a whole Time Life book series on nature, a whole Time Life book series on science. He had all the Jacques Cousteau oceanographic books. You name it, my family had it. We basically had a library like nobody else had, for our class of family, right? Anyway, one of the sets of books my father had, now I inherited a lot of those books, and some of them I donated to a public school library, like all the Time Life science books and all the Time Life nature books and the Jacques Cousteau books. They all got donated to my children's public school in Ontario. But one thing my father gave us before he died was a set of books that you would probably, a lot of people would laugh at today, but they're called the Popular Mechanics Do-It-Yourself Encyclopedia. And we have the whole set of 16. They go from 1 to 16 in alphabetical order. Now, this set was made in 1968. And one of the wonderful things about these books is that, yes, they're really well illustrated, but yes, they're out of date. There's stuff in here and styles in here you just would go, but there's information in here that they don't necessarily write books on anymore. For one simple reason, is a lot of the stuff is actually illegal in the sense where you would need, professionals and permits and blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling you folks, this set of books, let me see if I've got something. I've got some things here. Here's how to make a power alarm if your alarm goes off, or if your power goes off. Let your telephone call you if you have burglars. Now, mind you, this is old technology when it comes to the old phones with the actual bells in them, not electronic phones. One of these books, I have all kinds of things earmarked in here. How to load your own shotgun shells. This is just one of the books. Make your own banjo. Bag it with a bow, okay? That's just one of these 16 books. I happen to know that there is a section in here that will teach you how to build not just a spinning wheel, but one that is beautiful and decorative. But you could also take the basic design and make a plain one. There is how to build a septic tank and a weeping bed. You won't get that in information books now because you have to have somebody else to do that professionally. They'll tell you how to make a rowboat, okay? They tell you how to make boats. They tell you how to make all kinds of stuff. So yes, the Foxfire books are out there, and if you can get your hands on them, and which I'm going to do eventually. But if you ever come across this set of Popular Mechanics Do-It-Yourself Encyclopedia, grab it. It has so much useful information. I just had my son grab 3 random books because they are in alphabetical order. Here's how to homestead the hideaway. Look at that. All kinds of great information. My point is, the internet has gotten to the point where when you do a search engines are skewed. Wikipedia is one of those places that you were supposed to be able to correct if you could prove the information was wrong. Okay? Wikipedia doesn't allow that, and it doesn't, people have told me, I've tried to correct stuff with, heck, one guy wrote a book, they quoted his book wrong, and when he went to correct it, it didn't work. Even Snopes now is skewed. Everything is skewed so that when you Google something or you search something, and we have been kind of trained that, these 3 are from, MSN or Snopes or Wikipedia or whatever, they must be correct. But the one person down here that's actually can sometimes be speaking the truth, gets branded a conspiracy theorist or a naysayer. Okay? So backing up your information from what you learn on the internet with actual book knowledge is getting to the point where it's really important. We've almost come full circle so that we can't necessarily trust the stuff that we learn on YouTube or the stuff that we learn on the internet, because once again we've got this great information superhighway, but we're again being funneled in certain directions. This is the Miss Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead saying the internet is the information superhighway, but as always, paper backup is really important, especially if you trust the information. Take care. God bless.